Please speak about the connection between the spine, the nerves, and organs.
So great question. I mean, your whole body is controlled by one organ, and that's the brain. And the brain is sending power through your spinal cord and out your spinal nerves to all the organs of your body. So there's a primacy to your nervous system. If you look at the development of the body inside your mother, you know, your dad's cell, which was the sperm, and the mom's cell, which was the egg, came together, both with two distinct DNAs, and those two DNAs became one DNA. And there was an intelligence there. And that intelligence built you by looking at your DNA. So your DNA encoded what your eye color was, how long your arms and legs are going to be. So that's kind of the recipe. So then what this intelligence did is it built you in 9 months by looking at your DNA. And the first thing that it built was your brain. So that's where this intelligence set up shop. Then it built your spinal cord second, then the spinal nerves third. At the end of those spinal nerves, organs start to grow, your heart, your lung, your liver, your arms and legs. But just like a tree, you can't have a leaf without a branch, and you can't have the branch without the trunk. Well, you can't have a heart without a heart nerve, and you can't have a heart nerve without a spinal cord, and you can't have a spinal cord without the brain. So this intelligence built you in 9 months. And if the nerve system is clear and healthy, those organs can function and heal perfectly. But if there's any damage to these spinal nerves, that can cause the nerve to weaken. And if that nerve is going to your heart, well, then your heart will get weak. And that's what got me into chiropractic. I had severe breathing issues, asthma, I had a lot of pain in my neck. And my family, we weren't raised with this knowledge. We didn't realize the connection between having a weak nerve in your spine and how that can cause organ disease, heart problems, lung problems. And that's what we discovered. The chiropractor's job is to look at the spinal alignment and see if these little bones of the spine are pressing on the nerves. If they are, it's going to shut down the brain's communication to that organ, and 100% of the time, you will develop disease in that tissue. So it's a law that anything that's going to damage a spinal nerve is going to create disease in that area of the body. So the chiropractor's job is to look at the spinal alignment, look at the nerve function, make corrections to enable the brain to start communicating back to the body again, and the body magically can just heal itself. And the reason why is because if it built you in 9 months and built you perfectly healthy in 9 months, at 40 years old, if something stops functioning properly, why not look to the nervous system first? Maybe there's a problem with the nerve system that's causing your body to get weak and develop these conditions.
Please explain why everyone needs to visit a chiropractor at least once a year.
So the main reason people go to chiropractors is to actually be healthy. Chiropractic is different than medicine. You know, medicine is one of these things where if you have a specific ailment, you go and you get some kind of treatment, some kind of medication or things like that. But when you look at what that really does to the longevity of your life, it doesn't really increase how long you're going to live. So treatments for your body or care for your body comes in two ways. The first way is as your body starts to lose health, you'll start to get symptoms. Now, you can take something for that symptom, which you won't feel that symptom anymore, or maybe if you have high blood pressure. You know, your body's getting weaker and you start to get high blood pressure. So you can take something for that high blood pressure, but what's it going to do to make your body healthy? And it won't. So it's going to control the disease, it may control the symptom, but the underlying weakness in your body is going to continue. So you'll get a little weaker and weaker. The second stop is that the disease becomes chronic. So now you go from having a headache or something that you don't feel is right with your body, it's only maybe affecting you once a month, and now it's a couple of times a week. Your options are, you know, to find a way to get your body healthy again, or to continue on that path. Now you're going to take 2 medications. If your blood pressure got worse, now you'll take 2 blood pressure medications. But what will treating the symptom or what will treating the condition with medicine do to reverse the process? And the answer is nothing. So what ends up happening is the disease becomes permanent. And what I've noticed in a lot of patients is they become comfortable. They can make your body comfortable as you get weaker and weaker. So the problem is that by 40, 50 years old, your quality of life is not that great. And it's because even though you're more comfortable as your body's getting weaker, ultimately your body can't heal on its own anymore. And we say dead at 60, buried at 70. Chiropractic is something where it's designed to where when you start to notice your body not healing good, maybe starting getting aches and pains or blood pressure, whatever the conditions are that are developing in your body, what we're trained to do is find out, well, why is your body now weak? So our job is to start to get your body healing itself on its own. Now, as you do that, what happens to those symptoms? They start to go away because you're making the body healthy again. So one option is you leave the body and it's weakened state and it gets weaker and weaker with time, and you can take medicine and things like this to block the symptoms, and ultimately the problem will become permanent. And like people with, if it's back pain, they end up with walkers and wheelchairs and things like this. Like my father was blood pressure medicine, then it was 2 blood pressure medicines, then 3 blood pressure medicines, and he ended up having such bad heart problems that he died. The other option is, hey, my body's starting to get weak. What can I do to strengthen it? And this is what people are really thirsting for, is how can I make my body healthy again? Because ultimately your body has the ability to heal itself perfectly. But I found that in healthcare, what's the profit in getting you well? More of what's in healthcare is things that make you comfortable but allow you to still be sick. And that's the problem. So health is something that we talked earlier, it's a journey. It's about maybe changing things like your diet. The spine is a very important piece of the puzzle. Mentally, what we're focusing on. But the reason why people would visit a chiropractor throughout their lifetime is that they want to look at what's going on with the spine to determine how many of the problems they're having are actually due to the spine. And with that, you have to understand what the role of the spine and the nervous system is in your health.